Okay.
So I'm really delighted to have Manjula Shroff, who's I think very, very successful woman entrepreneur from Ahmedabad, which is, she's unique in many different ways already. And, I think she's got a wonderful story to tell because of the kind of entrepreneurship that she has embarked on. And so I'll just turn it on to you.
Thank you, Raj. Thank you so much for having me here. We do a lot of my story sessions in entrepreneurial classes because that's the kind of class that looks forward to hearing from us real time challenges that any entrepreneur goes through, right? Because most entrepreneurs have a specific individual story to tell. But I was very excited when I came to write a class. I was like, what am I doing here? So, so I was very inspired by the fact that Raj would leave, all of his engagements in Silicon Valley and spend a whole couple of months with you guys. So spending 1.5 hour or 1 hour with you is the minimum I can do. But I'm hoping really that I will be able to inspire one or two of you to look very seriously at entrepreneurship, right? I'm sure that you have visions, but at the end of it, you'll see that nobody lives a strong life like an entrepreneur does. Okay, so let me get started from the very beginning. I was born in Odisha, in a very small place in Odisha. I think the more important story there is Odisha is like a very conservative, still a little back and beyond, and I'm not talking just economically. I mean, you know the state where Odisha is economically, but if you kind of take it down 3-4 decades ago, I was born in this little place, which is very privileged. I mean, I was born in a royal family, so to say, as the proverbial golden spoon, right? So it's all very glamorous to say that when you come from a royal family, there are certain privileges that get attached to you. Some of the privileges that I can start off by telling you is good, very high pedigree. So my grandfather came from Nainital and my mother came from Bihar, so I'm completely integrated. It brings you sharp features, gets you a sense of loyalty. That's all the glamorous part. And then there's a whole non-glamorous part attached to it. Especially when you're a woman born in a conservative family. And then let me just remove the royal part and just talk about Indian conservative homes where a lot of you will connect. When you're born as a woman in a conservative Indian household, there's a lot of stuff you do not have the privilege to do. Some basic stuff like I had to fight to wear jeans when I was growing up. I had to fight to have short hair when I was growing up. Because being a woman in a conservative home is about being well clothed, which is fully clothed, that's all right. Not having short hair, definitely not wearing Western stuff, and a whole bunch of do's and don'ts. So that's really where my life was, glamorous and all. I think the biggest thing that I started to miss was the fact that women in my house got educated with a certain purpose. So education served the purpose of a girl being, so to say, marketable in the marriage market. You get what I'm saying? So 10th grade to parai, so you find a good groom. And that's about it. That's all the education was supposed to serve in my life. I think very early in my life I began to wonder, how can that be my life? How can I study up to 10th grade and get married and sit with a roomgirl? So that is where I started to ask my big question, why is there a difference between men and women in the same household? Why is it my younger brother has so many privileges like playing gilli danda on the street, which I can't do? Why can he study as much as he wants or not study as much as he wants, where there is a restriction called 10th grade and then shadi? So that's where a lot of questions began. And I think I started to realize somewhere that if I got myself educated enough, I could make a life. And perhaps that's where education became so dear to me. And every entrepreneur will have a certain tug of the heart when they, this kind of lock, stock, barrel pitch themselves into a field. Something somewhere strikes a chord. I think the fact that I looked at education as a tool to save my life became my passion. Okay? So I'm going to just kind of leapfrog and leave all of that. That's just where I got started. And then I went on to study, and I went on to do postgraduate, and I went on to Delhi University. and landed up in Ahmedabad. Got married to a friend of Raj. Priceless Shroff is a dean Egypt's chairperson. I don't know if any of you have met him. He runs a tech company which is in firmware. We call it ASIC and embedded DSLI designs. So when I came here, the first thing that grabbed me in this city was the fact that we did not have contemporary K-12 education. So the city of Ahmedabad boasts of quality higher ed that puts India on the Asia map of education. So you have your IIMs of the world, you had your PRLs, you had your NIDs, you had your SETs, but the only schooling that one talked about before the Delhi Public School came on the scene was a 100-year-old Xavier's, and then there was this convent. These are gender schools, not even mixed gender schools, no, not even co-ed. So that's the situation that I came into. We introduced the yellow school bus to the city, and when we introduced the school bus, you have the first mover advantage, remember? I mean, early bird and all of that. So people thought that the yellow school bus is a property of Delhi Public School. No. Every city has yellow school buses because that's an RTO norm. When you paint your school bus yellow, you don't pay commercial rates. It's another thing that at 6 o'clock in the morning, today, all you see is yellow buses. But like I said, when I started the Delhi Public School, there are a lot of things that were not contemporary. And I was able to encash on that early move. Now let me go back and tell you how I got the Delhi Public School to Ahmedabad. So I had no background in education. I was doing some amount of small, private industry work in Delhi. And when I went to the Delhi Public School, the reason I went to Delhi Public School is here. It's a process of elimination. There were good schools in Delhi. I was familiar with some brands in Delhi. But there was no school that had like a franchisee setup. In order to take scale, you have to have certain processes in place. No other educational group had that process in place, except the Delhi Public School. And that was the Delhi Public School had other schools in PSUs. So they would have a school in SAIL, in a ONGC, in a Talcher steel plant. So the private sector and the DPS had kind of tied up so that private sector would have schooling. See, I'll tell you how that works. Go to a godforsaken place in Bhilai, and there's no school. Who's going to go work there? Because every professional will need social infrastructure. Children have to grow up. There has to be medical facility. So it became a win-win. So for all the 9 Ratnas of PSUs would then tie up into a school. I was the first private organization that went to DPS and said, I want to do a school. And this is really what happened. So this is Mr. Lugani, who is a statistician, old gentleman, who looked me like this. And said, "Tum school karoge?" I used to look a little bit better than this, okay, in those days. I used to wear skinny tights, I used to be far younger. And he's like, do you know what it takes to do a school? And all I had at that point is a dream. I did not have financial statements, I did not have a business plan, I did not have projections, I did not have anything. I had a dream called, I will do the best school wherever I start. And of course not, he did not buy my dream. Okay? So it took me the next 6 months to go to every decision maker in the Delhi Public School Society and tell them that whether you back me or not, I'm doing this school. So if you know what it takes to find a good, here's this person bubbling with ideas, definitely going to make it there, but at this point in time, that's all I have to offer. Sometimes, there was this Chief Justice, Mr. B.N. Kripal, who for some reason believed in my story. And he said, what's the harm, let's just give it a chance. And I even went to them to say that, I don't have the knowledge to do a school, which is why I'm here. I don't even want your name. Take your name, just give me the know-how to do a school. So they not only then gave me the know-how, but also the name. And that's how DPS started to become the first, it's a big success story, really, the Delhi Public School in Ahmedabad. And we did a whole bunch of stuff. Then I had a slight, that's where I met Prabhu, I was in MBA. So I had a management background, so I would always be focused on systems and processes. And I think I'll go through what worked for us. But it went on to become a raging story. I mean, just one indicator I'll give you. When we started the DPS at Bhopal, it was like the Goonies. It was far and beyond. It was like people go to drive and make picnic there, right? And then, now, in the 5-kilometer radius of a Delhi public school in Bhopal, there are like 40 schools. So creating an ecosystem is a sign of success. There is definitely a quality demand gap, which rises up to the occasion when one leader takes the chance and shows how it can be done. Okay? So DPS in many ways set a lot of benchmarks in the city. And I'm going to go through a couple of benchmarks that we set. So before we started, there were grade 10s in some schools, which I won't name at this point, which had 110 students studying in the classroom. We first dropped the size of a class to like 35, 40. See, there is no way to do quality delivery, except to connect. And if you're sitting with 110 students in a K-12 kind of setup, it was going to be very, very difficult. And then there were schools that are extremely, extremely indifferent to infrastructure. So in India, the service sector went something like this. So you take your examples of hospitals. I mean, even, I don't know if, I guess when you guys were growing up, the only hospitals we had are civil hospitals, right? Stinky bathrooms, stinky corridors, stained bed sheets, hygiene standards, but great doctors. It was until an Apollo came and redefined medicine, right? Which is to say that you can be comfortable even when you're getting good care. Why can't you be comfortable? Because after operation, I mean, post-operative you have to cure from here. Let me take you to another example of hotels. The only hotels we had in India were dhabas. Great food. Even today, some of the dhabas serve the greatest food. But think of hygiene. Think of where you used to sit. Under another example, say Oberoi or a Taj redefined it. So it's not about just hardware or software. It has to be both. So school was pretty much like that. We were in shacks. We were in not clean places. We were in. Nobody paid attention to infra. So that's the other thing we did. So sports, campuses, spread, eco, all of that stuff we changed. And then the use of technology. Of course, I have to tell you this, that technology is a process, right? When we got started, let me take our busing system. We also run a logistics company in a certain sense. Because when you bus 10,000 kids, there's a whole bunch of logistic knowledge that you have to acquire. So it was important that a driver stay in touch with us continuously. So we started with pagers, and then went into CUGs, phones, went into GPS systems. So when you say we are an IT-enabled organization, it's really about keeping in touch with technology, going to the next level. So when we started a classroom, we went through the whole rigmarole of using the OHP, and then using computers and LCD, going to smart boards, now going into tabs. So, like I said, you have to stay engaged with technology, go to the next level. That's something that we continuously do. One of the things that I have to share with you, because most of us focus on success. A lot of us forget to tell the story of how difficult it is. And an entrepreneur, I think the first thing is the gut of an entrepreneur, is the ability to stand alone and stand for a long time to persist. So I want to kind of walk you through one or two examples of the stuff that nearly put me back. So I had this big name called Delhi Public School when I came to the city. And I thought I could take the city by storm. And here's what really happened. I started out of a rented premises, paisa was the thani. So I went and hired a rented premises and then started the school. Now, anybody who's familiar with DPS knows that DPS is about big infrastructure, big everything. So they thought I was a thug. The city thought that I was some kind of person who just got some name. I don't have the right to use the name. So this is how my journey began, right? Within the first 3 months, I had all kinds of negative press reports saying, they don't represent the right DPS, ye log paisa leke Delhi bhag jayenge. There was the other thing that I realized. I don't know how many of you are from Delhi. Kitne log ho? Delhi se? Okay. Ahmedabad? Local guys? Okay, good. You will understand the sentiment. For the local Ahmedabad guys who are entrepreneurial environment is a very straightforward, honest, transparent environment for entrepreneurship. Delhi is quite the opposite. Delhi is about you lift everything, you make, the sooner you lift and produce, it's a little bit like China. So, and the local guys have quite a bit of distrust for Delhi. The name Delhi means ye log chalu hain. They don't have a value system, ye log chalu log hain, right? And that's exactly what I faced. So I never got any admissions from the Gujarati community. Look here, I thought I came with the biggest flag there was in the country schooling. And the local community did not accept us because of the distrust associated with the Delhi name. So the early kind of people that we were able to attract are people like you, who were not from the local community. Because they understood the worth of education. It took us about 5 years and continuous hard work to prove that we're good enough for them to come to us. The second thing that happened is we used to take capitation fees. At the time of admission, you take capitation fees. What used to happen before we took official capitation fee is everything was under the table. So I went in there and said capitation fees is official.